Hello everyone, my name is Aarti and you're watching HW News. The Modi government is often accused of crony capitalism and selling off India's national assets to a few selected industrialists. The Congress has in the past attacked the Modi government's policies, calling it a policy of Hum Do, Humare Do. Back when Ripun Bora was in Congress, he even had slammed the Modi government in Rajya Sabha, saying that they did not create a single PSU during their rule but privatized 23 of them. Air India's sale to the Tatas was the biggest privatization bid that happened at the beginning of this year. Now, the Modi government is in process to sell its stake in another government-owned air carrier service. The Modi government on Friday approved the sale of Pawan Hans Limited along with management control to Star9 Mobility Pvt Ltd. Now, Pawan Hans Limited is a government-owned helicopter service provider which comes under the ownership of Ministry of Civil Aviation. It is a 51:49 joint venture between the Government of India and state-owned Oil and Natural Gas Corporation Limited. Pawan Hans currently operates 42 helicopters and the government is selling the company to Star9 Mobility for 211.14 crore rupees. However, the Congress party has alleged that the government is selling Pawan Hans to a company which was formed just 6 months ago and it has no prior experience in operating helicopter carrier company. They also called the sale of Pawan Hans a historic blunder. So why is Modi government selling Pawan Hans? What exactly is this deal? And why is Congress party and other opposition parties, to be precise, calling it a blunder? Let us understand in this video today. But before that, India's Press Freedom Index has fallen to 150th rank in 2021. So, bringing stories that matter to you is not an easy task. It comes with a cost. Sometimes it is a raid, other times it is a legal case. But we believe in fighting the good fight. However, to continue to do so, we require your support. Like, share and subscribe to our channel, and if you want to contribute to us beyond that, then please go to our website www.hwnews.in/support. There you will find different subscription options that we offer to our viewers and our readers, and you can choose whatever plan that suits your budget and pay us, because when you pay, you help keep us independent. You help independent media not only to survive but also to thrive, to tell the truth. Now coming back to the topic at hand. Last Friday, the Alternative Mechanism Committee, empowered by the CCEA, has approved the highest bid of Star9 Mobility Pvt Ltd for sale of entire government's 51% of shareholding of Pawan Hans Limited and transfer of the management control. The expression of interest for the same was invited on December 8, 2020. Total 7 expression of interest were received initially. 4 of them were shortlisted. However, after due diligence, they were asked to submit the bid. 3 of them submitted it, and the government had fixed the sale price of its 51% of the share in Pawan Hans at 199 crore rupees. While the government found all the 3 bids to be valid, Star9 Mobility Pvt Ltd emerged as the biggest bidder, who quoted price of 211.14 crore rupees, which is way above the price that was quoted by the government. This disinvestment or divestment of Pawan Hans was approved by CCEA in October 2016. Interestingly, this is not the first time that the government had tried to sell its stake in Pawan Hans Limited. It had tried to sell it off thrice in the past, but rather unsuccessfully. In the first round, the preliminary information memorandum was issued in October 2017, seeking expression of interest. Out of 4 EOIs that were received, only 1 was found eligible and the transaction was eventually cancelled. In the second round, PIM was issued seeking expression of interest in April 2018 and 2 bidders were found eligible and were issued the request for proposal. Finally, a single incomplete bid, non-compliant with the RFP, was received and that was rejected. In the third round, the PIM was issued seeking expression of interest in July 2019. However, of the 4 EOIs that were received, only 1 was found eligible and thus the process was cancelled once again. So thrice the attempt to divest from Pawan Hans failed. This divestment, however, is the second major sale from the government's aviation portfolio in the last 12 months. According to the government, Pawan Hans Limited has been incurring losses in the last 3 years from 2019, 2020 and in 2021. The company has a fleet of 42 helicopters with 41 of them owned by the company, and these owned helicopters have an average age of over 20 years and 3/4 of them are presently not being manufactured by the original equipment manufacturer. With this privatization, it is expected that the strategic buyer will revitalize the company by replacing the aging fleet through infusion of fresh capital and improve the performance of the company. However, the Congress party sees red flag in the deal. Congress said that the Pawan Hans deal of the government was a fraud in the garb of divestment. The party not only questioned the credentials of the consortium that got the bid, it also alleged underpricing and termed the exercise a tutorial on turning a PSU into a loss-making unit before selling it. We will come to the allegations of the Congress shortly, but before that, let us know what exactly is this Star9 Mobility Pvt Ltd. It is a consortium of Big Charter Pvt Ltd, Maharaja Aviation Pvt Ltd and Almas Global Opportunity Fund SPC. Reportedly, Mumbai-based Big Charter Pvt Ltd runs the Fly Big airline, which operates on the Udan routes, while Delhi-based Maharaja Aviation is a helicopter charter company. Almas Global Opportunity Fund is a Cayman Island-based fund managed by Dubai-based Almas Capital. Now, Congress spokesperson Govt said that Pawan Hans Limited was the biggest helicopter company in South Asia with 42 helicopters and a flying experience of over 10 lakh hours and several helipads. Govt said that while the Modi government sold its 51% of the stake for 211.14 crore rupees to Star9 Mobility, the other two bidders that participated made the bids for 181.05 crore rupees and 153.15 crore rupees respectively. He said that it is surprising that the two bidders that were shortlisted quoted rates below the reserve price. Govt further asked that while this may seem like a normal disinvestment, there are several things that raise the eyebrows. For example, Star9 Mobility Pvt Ltd is a consortium of Big Charter Pvt Ltd, Maharaja Aviation Pvt Ltd and Almas Global Opportunity Fund SPC, which was set up just 6 months ago on October 29, 2021. Star9 Mobility Pvt Ltd does not have any helicopters of its own, while Big Charter Pvt Ltd has just 3 helicopters in its fleet. Vallabh further added that Maharaja Aviation has no details on the internet. On its Facebook account, however, it only flaunts photographs of Baba Ramdev. What the relation of this company is with Ramdev is not known to us. Also, Almas Global Opportunity Fund SPC is set up under the jurisdiction of Cayman Island and has no correlation or experience in this sector. He further asked, PM Modi used to talk about the Cayman Island in the context of black money. There is also a court case ongoing between Big Charter Pvt Ltd and Eazen Aviation Pvt Ltd in Delhi High Court. Now, reportedly, Maharaja Aviation provides for helicopters to Patanjali founder Ramdev Baba and CEO Balakrishnan. Now, the government had said that Pawan Hans had become loss-making since last 3 years. The company incurred a loss of about 69 crore rupees in 2018-19. In the year 2019-20 also, the company had to bear a loss of about 28 crore. The company also has a total debt of around 230 crores at present. However, Govt said that in the year 2016-17, the company was in fact profit-making. It had made a net profit of 242.78 crore rupees. But it has gone downhill since 2018-19. He questioned how can a company that has been consistently making net profits suddenly starts making losses since 2018-19 around the same time when the divestment was first proceeded. Moreover, the Pawan Hans Employees Union had expressed interest in participating in the divestment process and had also recommended that Pawan Hans be merged with ONGC or made a subsidiary company. Govt said that the Modi government ignored this. He further asked how the government could presume that a consortium floated barely 6 months ago had better credentials than ONGC and the Pawan Hans Employees Union. Why the hurry to sell off the company that was continuously making profits? How was Pawan Hans turned into a loss-making unit? This was a tutorial on turning a PSU into loss-making unit before sale. Vallabh said that the BJP government has magically made good companies and sectors struggle. They are violating all prudence and common logic to find a way out of the financial mismanagement caused in the last 8 years, and in the series of miscalculated and injudicious disinvestment decisions to justify their financial policies, they are now committing a series of blunders. But it is not only the Congress party which is opposing the divestment from Pawan Hans Pvt Ltd. Telangana IT Minister K.T. Ramarao also questioned the government move of selling its stake in Pawan Hans Limited for 211 crores, whereas the company was valued at 3,700 crores back in 2017 before the divestment began. K.T. Ramarao tweeted, and I quote, "The sale of Pawan Hans, a profitable PSU, to a private company that was formed just 6 months ago with an authorized capital of 1 lakh rupees raises many questions and doubts. Pawan Hans was valued at 3,700 crore rupees in 2017. Then how come 49% of it was sold at 211 crore? Any answers, NPA government?" This is what he tweeted. To this, TRS leader and TS Mineral Development Corporation chairman Krishank Manne replied, and I quote, "NDA government will not answer because this is one of their scams. In 2018, when they released norms for bidders to auction Pawan Hans, the guidelines was that bidders should be of net worth 500 crore rupees. Then how did Star9 Mobility, which is months old, be eligible to buy Pawan Hans?" So the Pawan Hans divestment does raise a lot of questions. I'm sure the government has its own reasons to sell off its stake in Pawan Hans Limited. However, there are many questions that arise out of this. So the Pawan Hans divestment does raise a lot of questions. I'm sure the government has its own reasons to sell off its stake in the company, but there are many other questions which are valid that are being raised by the opposition. Question number 1, how a profit-making company turned loss-making in the last 4 years? How did value of a 3,700 crore rupees company fall drastically to 211 crore? The government, in fact, had fixed the reserve price of sale much lower than this. So why did the government sell the stake for a loss? Now, if the government had released guidelines in 2018 saying that the bidder should have 500 crore rupees of net worth, does Star9 Mobility match up to that? And last but not the least, do the companies who have formed the consortium that is buying Pawan Hans Limited really qualify for the bidding process? The government has a lot to answer here. Do let us know what you think about this in the comment box below. For more news and updates, you can log on to www.hwnews.in. Do not forget to subscribe to our channel. Help us to reach 3 lakh mark. We just need more 9,000 subscribers to get to that mark. And if you like this video, then please do like this video and give us a super thanks. And if you like the content that I bring to you, then please feel free to follow me on my Twitter handle, that is at ARTI_GHARGI, that is at Arti_Ghargi. Thank you so much.